right, folks, you ready or not? Let's get to it. A lot to talk about today, although kind of boring. Not a heck of a lot going on market-wise. Pretty flat, but a lot of things setting up. So let's get to it. Everybody get to TradingView. Anybody in here that doesn't have the software? Anybody in here that doesn't have the software? We'll give away a 30-day package in a little bit. But the easiest thing to do is get your TradingView username over to HPC at sr-analyst.com. Get with that. Get with the course. That'll be March 20th. Looks like it's going to happen. And no, it's going to happen. Just I haven't confirmed to March 20th, but that's our general date. So let's get to business, right? Let's get this garbage out of the way. Nothing against Bitcoin, but the price action, if you're looking for some major cycle, it's down. And every week, every close that's happening here on Bitcoin, I'm only going to spend about 5 minutes on crypto today. So if you want to leave, you probably want to leave in about 5 minutes, although I won't be giving away the package until maybe halfway through the show. There's just verifiable things here on Bitcoin, which is probably the only crypto that hasn't retraced 38.2% of its rally from November. And this could be the week. I mean, a couple ugly candles doesn't seem like much, but the fact is it stopped going up. And ever since the check back confirmation at 98K, with the larger levels at 1025, everything says we're coming back down. And it's funny because people are just screaming at their screens, but we've known this. We know 91K has to happen here. 91,584. I've been saying that for 2 weeks. Nothing changes. This is harmonic pattern framework. If you're not aware of the harmonic pattern framework, get with us now, because you're going to find out about it one way or another. You can either accept it or ignore it. It's up to you. But clearly, 91,584. Now 94,268. Let's go. What's going on, chat? How you doing today? David Clare, A1, Wayne, Batson, Snipes, Gigi, Lawrence, the crew, Mohammed, Kishimoto. Hey, what's up? BC, Leo, John, Jonathan, everybody else. Let them pile on in. Let's get in. Let's get to it. You know, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Hit that like button, everything else that they do here. And join us every Tuesday and Thursday. Well, I get more coffee. This is going to be a brought to you by coffee show. Anyway, I'm willing to take a couple requests on the crypto space, but we really did not see any constructive action by Sunday. Here we are back Tuesday, Bitcoin back down 91.5. That's immediate. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be Sunday, but nothing changes until down here. And then, you know, more and more, unless we were to get some dramatic oversold condition, I'm going to say the larger digestion phase of this, of what we've been experiencing since December, is back to 76,542. Target one on the crab. Don't know how that'll happen, if that's a big capitulation push or not, but framework, yeah, and it's been back on for the last few weeks. Here, it was a possibility of failure. There was super bullish in January to send it back, and then we just slammed into a double dot, no acceleration. And since then, really, we're like week 3 of being back into this whole framework. Target one back on at 76. 1025, that was everything, right? And we can't just be one-sided, folks. We can't just like say it's going straight up forever. That's not how markets work. That's how a lot of your favorite crypto influencers like to read it, and I'm just sorry they're going to be crying all the way down until we can simply digest what happened from October to January. And it's still not a big deal. Markets need to go up to go down to go up, and that's how we have to be real. Really quick, I thought this was kind of funny. Where'd it go? Show you guys this. I posted it on Twitter, and I'm honored. Where are we here? Someone did a short. Yeah, that's me. That's an old photo, but that's still me. Someone saying, what do they got? Harmonics versus Elliott waves. The reason why I came up with Harmonic strategies is because Elliott waves was so incomplete that and I focus on M and W's that, use whatever works. I clearly borrow from Elliott waves. So don't get me wrong. I'm building on prior approaches. But Elliott wave, great foundational material, but we want exact levels, confirmation. You can count 5 waves all day and still not have precise levels like what we do. So just a 2-second approach. I don't know who that was, but shout out to him. Thanks for at least giving me the proper citation on the harmonics. You would not believe what I've been through with people, especially like 10 years ago. It was loco. Doesn't matter. It's all been fixed, and especially because of the software. So again, if you don't have the software, folks, you please, this is critical to what we will do in the course, and it will help you to understand why we have been super clear on directional possibilities for Bitcoin, which have been down for the last several weeks and still remain. Get with that. What's up, Bitcoin having? He's saying buy the dip. Yeah, but where? I mean, that's a great buy the dip on Bitcoin, but at what price? At what price? And the price that I'm saying is let it get down here, down to the type 1 reaction. 91 immediate, but larger possibilities are still 76.5, and there's no confirmation down here. So enough said there. Really, enough said. I really don't have too many things to even go on with saying, hey, even look at this, look at that. It's really kind of, we're in a lot of situations that are oversold. They're deep weekly, and let me bring up just one. Okay, Solana. Well, we hit the target one at 168 today. Finally, or 166. It's a weekly here. Weekly deep crab. We have just clipped it, okay? And that's something where, again, harmonic pattern framework was a little choppy up here. Almost got it on the first one, but we've been talking about 166 for a while. So that's important. Follow framework, have an understanding of where it's going, and that's how we do the reads. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. 1 second, let me get to this. My problem with Solana is that we still have a ways, okay, until we can generate HSI oversold. So we have reached that level on Solana, and this is just kind of a broader example, but we have zero. There's just really no confirmation. So Solana is probably 166 first step, but come on down. I think this could be the week that we really see some crypto damage. And then as we face the monthly close, we could end up having a nasty bar. Like, look at that on Solana. Monthly candle with a dot. That dot will be official in about 10 days. Not a good look here, guys. I just think we're in for a deeper retracement, And anybody that's saying, yeah, it's time to step in and have some guts and buy, obviously is not measuring their chart. What's up, A? Yeah, all right, one or two of these. I don't want to spend too much time. We got to talk about stocks because they're at a critical juncture too. Hype USD, Hyperliquid. I can't do anything here. What's the problem? Something like this. Okay, amazing. Comes out at 12, goes to 32. Why I don't like this stuff, especially the new releases, is that most of them have to do some kind of reset. 618 or even an 886 is preferred. Like, let that hype cycle play itself out and let it come down, because the rest of them that have come out new eventually are resetting 886s. Yeah. Let's get over there. I think that. What's up, Jeremy? He's asking, do harmonics work best on Forex? Forex has just been not a very active market. It sure does. But tradability, stocks, futures, I find options have been best. Enough of that. Let's get to the Qs. Come on. This is important stuff. What happened on Friday? We had our first close. Really, the first close this year above that hop level 537. So today we're negligible. We're flatlining right now. We were up 50 pre-market. We were down 50 after the open. Not a biggie. What I'm looking for is what happens now. Are we looking at something where we could finally see a breakout that takes us into the end of the quarter? Because the whole consolidation range is going to be done. I would say, can we close? If we closed it right here, right now, we'd have an all-time breakout close after 40 days sideways. Not to mention, on those Qs, look, weekly, nice pause still in the trend channel where next targets are 550, 560. Between now and say end of March, next 6 weeks, you guys know how I've been after the last month, really since the beginning of the year, this sideways range. And now we've got some things that are important weekly. This happened on Friday where QQQ broke above the 50. That's a critical continuation phenomenon. We will talk about that, those strategies in the course in March, much like back here. Look, when you line up that last break on the 50, that was September. And then you had acceleration. That's the same way to read it. That's an important deal. The other thing is that amplified. This is a beauty. Again, to highlight the important elements of any pattern or condition. Okay, that's above the 50. That's been holding in that 50 range for a while. Let's make that green because that is bullish. That's really constructive. Really constructive. So again, I don't see much in the way of anything really stopping this. And you're like 1-2 days. We get a mildly bullish close today. I think anything above 538, and we're probably back in business. So that's what's going on with the Qs. Let me polish these indices on a bigger scale. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, before I get to the S&P 500, it has a major pattern as well. And this is where the framework is going to serve you well to understand, okay, what's going on? Like, what is possible here? Because we had the beautiful crab pattern that completed. That was October. And then consolidation, and then bang, right at the beginning of the year. That second week, we had a bullish HSI sending it back in the zone. I think there's another 1,000 right off to get up to the hop level on this test. There's nothing here, like nothing stopping it. If anything, I'm looking at these. Where's HSI? That's above the 50. Need a weekly bar to push above that, but I still say, make the run over to 45K, 45.6, 45.7. So, that's super constructive unless we were to get another overbought signal, and we're nowhere near there. So stocks, flat day, but, all in all, they're okay. I mean, it's just kind of hanging in here. This is what the daily looks like. A couple of daily dots, sure. It's kind of sideways-ish. Right around 45K, but I'm still looking for that to push higher. And in the monthlies like this. So monthlies up here, retesting a major confirmation dot, which is from back in December. There's January. Okay, it's based off of that trigger. All of that says, 45K. 45K is big resistance. Maybe we're going to come up one more time. And then we'll see. If it's going to take it out, you have to get above 45, 45.5 to really do things. So we're at substantially critical harmonic pattern levels. It's trying to hold firm. I'm impressed. I thought we'd have even more of a retracement. Not really happening just yet, but let's see. Let's watch this. It's a critical week. Really critical week here. What's going on, everybody else? Yeah, gold. What's up, A1? Yeah, gold. Let's talk about gold. Yeah, gold's an interesting story. We know the deal. We've been talking about 3,300 on gold for a long time. Oh, look, it's up another 50 today. Back at 29.50. This is just remarkable. I think some things are up. I think as far as crypto, the one thing I think people assume is that there's going to be a weak dollar situation forever. And yeah, the dollar printer will always be on, but if you get what they're doing now, which is like cleaning up all of the waste and garbage, and you're going to cut this deficit by half, the dollar is going to go straight up. So the denominator part of the crypto formula, BTC USD, if the USD is going to go up, the BTC numerator is going to have to come in. And we see it just price action anyway. So I'm still, and for until further notice, I shifted back to where I haven't entered any new crypto in weeks. If anything, I've taken more off, and I'm full on stocks. I mean, I think that's going to be the case until June. Do with that what you want, but there's a whole bunch of things to consider. Let's quickly look at the SPY, get the S&P, and I'll even look at the Russell today. How about that? SPY, 610, guys. Remember 618 forever? That's despite today's kind of lackluster action, the fact that we have just maintained higher highs, steadily higher lows within this zone is strength. And it's a beautiful crab. It's beautiful. So let's target hop 618. We've been saying that forever, but for the first time this year, this is the big thing, okay, that we're 6 weeks into the year and we're now getting some acceleration signals. Like, look, HSI last week officially closed above 50 after all of this consolidation. That's a big deal. Not to mention, here we are with amplified, that RSI. Think of that as like the hypersensitive pre indicator. HSI always ahead of price, but the fact that Amplified's there to join it, think of it this way. If you're above the 50, you're in an uptrend, and we have been that way since August. We came down, we hit that. I mean, even longer, but since that recovery, we haven't violated the 50 line. You could say the same thing if it was standard RSI, but we know that that's kind of a snail. Those readings they're slow. We don't get as many signals, but that's the same premise there. A lot to go on. I really, it's interesting. I really think it's not an easy read. And a lot of people are definitely confused. The crypto people are just kind of like beside themselves, thinking that we would just absolutely skyrocket all year. And ever since that situation changed back in January, no. And here we are with, we're going to break this out because the same deal's on a monthly. Really is, just amazing. One of the most amazing monthly harmonic patterns I've seen ever, period. We've had precedent before. We've had prior big patterns that have failed on the SPY, and ones that have worked out. Let's go back. I just want to show you guys this. Go back to 2007. We had a shark pattern, but what happened in 2007, 2008? Okay, we hit the zone, we confirmed, and we didn't push higher. In fact, we rolled over pretty quickly, and once we got under that 50 level, that was pretty it. And right here, that was definitely it. And then confirmation under the 50. Those would be the same things I'd be looking for off of this pattern, but that's not what's happening. I mean, 3 to 5 bars into this thing, all the way up here, we're 6 months since completion. More, almost 8 now. And what's it doing? It's going straight up. And my targets are still a lot higher. And I'm looking for acceleration. We fail this hop level. I'm looking for acceleration above that. But it sure does look strong. I'm impressed. Really quick, before I take any requests, we'll do Russell, which has a big bearish pattern itself. Go to the weekly. It's a big bat, right? Remember this? Perfect off the 886. What's going on? I'd have to say reaction's about over. Typically, we'd look at that 886. There's T1 for this thing to go to 211.55. How many weeks are we into this? Let's see. How many weeks? Back in November. Week 15. Week 15, 30 weeks. Gets you to June. And I'm watching this because check it out. Again, here's that 50 signal all over again. Guys, this is a way with the patterns, and HSI, Harmonic Strength Index, is a proprietary, call it harmonic relative strength type indicator, is the best way to call it, name it. But the breaking above the 50 is really important for internal price strength. And so last week, even with a bearish candle, we confirmed it. Now we're pushing up. That's a big situation. And then here's the other deal, is that this is impressive too. We're scooping off of that 50 level, doesn't want to break it. So I'm looking for signs where I've given the IWM enough time for the reaction and looking for that to start to turn up. 4-hour chart is like that. Little shark off the top. But I'd say right around here, 222, 227, we probably push higher. Maybe go back, retest 886 level all time. A lot of things going on. Yep. Uh, let's get into it. Palantir and Baba for Vestige. Boy, Palantir. I don't know. 500 multiple is pretty crazy, but there you go. Hit 125 today. If you're not in Palantir, I'm simply I can't recommend it. I mean, it's just way too late. Last time we even suggested an entry was back here off of some dots at 65. That was only January. The thing's doubled. It has doubled just in 6 weeks. That's really something else. Oh, Baba is the other one. Yeah, Baba. Well, we talked about Baba, and I think Baba. What are you saying? 140 Baba? No, 157 Baba, because that's T1. And look at this, 127. And I know I talked about this a while back because lots of patterns. Had a weekly dot right at the end of the year, but look, it broke the 50 and just didn't look back. And in the monthly chart, I know I've showed this. I showed this last week, but it's a type 1. This is why you get the software. You're not going to be able to measure this stuff by hand. It's just, I encourage you to learn that way, but to be able to spot like stuff like this for our crew, that was a 3 ideas back in November, December, around 80 bucks, 82. Target 1's 157. That's how you read it. Baidu is down today. Okay, and that was a weekly couple looking down here. Nice bat pattern down there. I mean, this might be an opportunity. Down here at 84, 83. This was one of our other ones. So eye on that. There are some others. Sure. Couple others. Let me scroll back up and catch up with you guys. BlackBerry. What's up, Financial Finesse? BlackBerry, I don't know why you'd even be in that. You've been in that since 2021. Now you're down only 1,000. That's good for you. I can say the same myself about Intel. Intel making a recovery. I told you guys I made the mistake at 30, but I never sold it. I took a nasty drawdown. It was always a long-term position for me. Now I'm going to get my money back. That thing gets to like 31, 32. I'm out with a small profit. But I was down over 5K on that. Oh, wait, my wife's listening. No, I wasn't. I was joking. No, but seriously, Intel here did another 50 break, which we talked about that maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was tempted to add to that, but you know, that fell in the area of psychological no-nos of adding to losing positions, especially when you know you made a big mistake. I jumped the gun around 30, 50, and paid for it on a bad earnings, but I knew Intel would be okay longer term. And that's why it helps, I think, to go with bigger, longer term stocks like this. But Intel, let's see, TSM partnership apparently, a lot of people left that for dead. The thing that was interesting to me is this was a classic year-end tax loss victim. So I knew that prices were depressed at the end of the year because anybody that wanted to get out of the stock was going to take the loss for taxes. And then we just took, a couple weeks to turn around. By the way, there are a number of those type of stocks that are turning around. I mean, some real nice stuff. I'll get to that in a second. Some of your non-traditional stocks. A couple more. How do you what's up, Gustavo? We already talked about the Qs. Qs, go scroll back about 15 minutes. Looking for the breakout on the Qs. Next day or two. What's up, Steady? Steady G in the house wants to look at WU, I mean, is it Western Union? Western Union. I still know my symbols. Look at you go. You've got the software. That's a beauty. Okay, 10 bucks. As they say, not bad. A couple things down there. We do have a lot that look like that. I'll show you a couple. There's the monthly on Western Union. What happened to crypto replacing a service like this? I guess not. All right, I'll look at that. Let's get that on the radar. Hold me to that one for sure. Let me give you guys one or two that I'm looking at that are low floaters like that. Walgreens. Are we finally going to get off of this floor? Today, it's up $1. This thing is just backing and filling down here. But look at all the patterns. Monthly's $10. Weekly crab at $8.50. Now $10.79. Target 1 would be 32, guys. We need to start looking at other companies and other markets than just crypto and top 10 tech. I mean, I'll always look at top 10 tech. Always. Mag 7, whatever you want to call it. Top 10, top 50 tech. But we need to be thinking, that a lot of these are ready to turn around. Shout out to one of my crew this morning. Somebody showed Paramount Global, and I like it. I wasn't even aware of this. I mean, I was aware of what was the other one? Warner Brothers. But here is Paramount Global, like another one here at $10, $11. But where's the big pattern? There you go. Look, this is where framework. This is how we find low floaters. And if the market's going to break out, okay, now we can really kind of think about low floaters. The only problem is that if it becomes dead money, other markets that are trending quite well are not going to do much. I mean, this still might take a lot of time, but here's again the triggers, undeniably, of where HSI is above the 50 before price moves. Okay, and again, it's going to be something we talk about in the course because that's such a precursor, especially when you got confirmation and pattern support behind it. That's I like that. I mean, you're going to have to be patient, but I like it. WBA. No, Walgreens and Warner Brothers, WBD. Here's the other one. Flatlining like $7. Now 10. Where are we? Yeah, here's the patterns looking left. And this is the interesting aspect of this one. Some counter signals. So, can you get that off the floor? And I'm just riffing here, but let me show you the other one that's been a real nice winner is VF Corp for me. And remember this pattern? Go all the way back down. Remove adjust ADJ. Okay, there you go. Big butterfly. WFC going target 1, 45. Nice one. Couple more. What's up, Freeze? Yeah, we can get to target. iRobot. You guys are all over this iRobot. Solar stocks. I hear a lot about that too. What's up, crotchety guy? Welcome to the stream. He wants to look at some currency. I'll peek over there. Let's rifle through some of these other ones. Target, TGT. Well, what do you know? Type 1, come on back. Here's something. Love the pattern. Love it. And I will be looking at this more, but where is the retest? What needs to happen? Come back for type 2. At 110.55, I would think so. Also, if your stock, that's a monthly chart. It's doing this under the 50. That's a monthly chart. Wow. And that, both of those, they're clearly pointed down. You're 129 at the moment. Update me when we hit 110. 110, please. Yeah. What's up, Claire? She wants to look at Tesla. Yeah, we didn't really even cover too many of those. But Tesla, off of, remember the weekly type 1 here, we still didn't come out. Wow. We need a bullish candle, guys. We're pretty oversold, but we still have not come out. So maybe anything we're looking at right now is still a reaction with more work to do. And the 4-hour charts like that. So maybe that first bounce from that bat, we were targeting 340 the whole time, where we got to 365, now 350. It's not that I'm concerned about it, and I still think 340 is a great number. We just might be a little while before we can actually trigger confirmation. That's it. That's my only concern. And if it came back to 340, maybe hit it again. This might be like a one-off bounce, little 1 week bounce before we get some larger confirmation. Yeah. And I was thinking we could run to 387, which was target 1. Don't know. Just run a 3-bar stop loss. You know, the 4-hour time frame, 1, 2, 3, that low is under 347. You probably do the full retest. But longer term, if you're longer term, you know, and this bounces around 340 for a little while, I'm okay with it. But 340 has been the number. A couple of others. You guys have some good ones. Ron. Is that Hertz? Sure is. Man, Peter Lynch would be salivating at these kind of charts with the multi-baggers. Look at Hertz. You've got the software, right? I mean, 346. Look at that. Look at that chart. And look at the chart. Look at what this did. Guys, this is why you get the software. That thing was left for bankruptcy during COVID. Hits the hop at 65 cents. And not only target 1, I mean, goes to 40. Goes to 40. Somebody quick, do the math on that. It's like a 40x? 50x on that? Off the hop level? Great idea. Thank you very much. I think I'm getting more out of this than you guys. Couple more. What's up, Intel dude? Wants to look at QuantumScape. That would be QS. Sure is. There you go. I know my symbols. Went to college to learn stock symbols. Not quite. Okay. Okay, guys. Look what we got. Type 2. Where's that? That's like 473, which clearly is acting as support. Confirmation. Not bad. Oh man, you guys are saving me a lot of work. QuantumScape, get it on the screen. Let's go. These are the kind of stocks I think we have to look at. You know, the money's going to rotate somewhere, and it's probably going to be in domestic stocks with the way 47's rolling. Nike. Okay, you guys. I'm with you now. I know a bunch of my crew have been saying Nike for the last 2 weeks. Nike cracking above the 50 on the weekly. I think we crack above the 50. Well done, especially the guys in my group. A couple guys have been all over Nike. I've been a little dismissive. No more. 73.58. This is going to be a long termer. This could take the whole year, but 73 to target one. Not to mention, like, Nike is in a long-term uptrend. So buy it on a retracement. It's 61.8% off its all-time high. How do I know? Just do the math. X basically at $3. 618. I know my harmonics. Harmonics mostly ratio stuff. Harmonic patterns, obviously the patterns with the metrics. You guys are great, man. I'm going to turn this over to you. Let you guys run the show. VMAGY. Is that Volkswagen for Daniel? VMAGY? No. VMAGY. What is that? Got nothing, my man. Are you looking for Volkswagen? I thought that's what that was. The ADR. VMAG? No. VMA? Vision Marine Technologies? I have no clue what that is. No, that's not it. Maybe you can correct me on that one. iRobot. Oh, excuse me. Let's go. iRobot. Yeah, I just was messaging Mitch about this morning. He's long. Do I need to get long this? All-time 886. What's here, guys? Should we run it? Do I need to just at least maybe nibble 1,000? iRobot. Oh, that's the vacuum cleaners, right? I need one of those. 1038, 750 would have been great. Come on, Mitch. You should have told me about that one. I'll tell you his other one, Archer. I'm not long this one, but I'm going to have to jump in here. ACHR, Archer Aviation. That's a big winner for him. And then it slew of patterns. I know I looked at that back in November and I was kind of like, that's great, but I wasn't buying. Maybe I was too consumed with crypto at the time, but there's patterns, Shark and Shark. I think now you go to all-time range. All-time range on Archer is like 16.50, $17. I guess we got to start diving into some of these. Couple more. Yes. Wayne, what's up? Wants to look at Kathy Woods. ARK. What's up with this? It's not AARK. It's ARKK, I think, my man. ARK Innovation. Back from the dead. Okay. Not bad. 66. She cuts tech stocks. She's always seemingly cutting tech stocks. I think it had the big bat. Yes, it did at 47. Trading more like an ETF, but we see what we have here. Gartley right off that bottom. I can't initiate anything new yet, but interesting. I'll keep an eye on that one. At least you're off the floor from 47 and trying to get up. But it always seems like she's buying late, selling early. Don't know. What's up? Oconmex wants to look at Cisco. I like Cisco. I've liked Cisco since 45, now 63. 64, 5. It's a shark. It's a bearish shark. No confirmation. And I think we push to these higher numbers. You're at all-time highs right now. All-time highs. I liked Cisco off of this pattern last year. Off that deep crab 45. Would love to see get a pullback. And that's a forever stock, meaning that will forever be a stock and it will fluctuate, but for the most part, Cisco's not going anywhere. It's a main player in the economy that will always get money. Mm-hmm. A couple more. I know you guys wanted solar. Let's look at that. What was that? Like fun? Isn't that fun? That's the ETF. No, that's Six Flags. That's not a bad idea. Six Flags. Get people, give them some of their tax money back, let them go to the park for the summer. Little bat pattern at 40 bucks, but that's not the one I wanted. The solar ETF is TAN, T-A-N. It's coming to me as the coffee kicks in. Check that out. Yee! Love it. Maybe it's time for solar. Been destroyed. $33. Look, it's all about the patterns and the levels. I mean, if we fall in love with any particular market for too long, you're going to get singed. Just ask Pro the Doge. Buying meme coins, telling people to buy meme coins. Are you kidding me? Those things are done. Target 1, 68 bucks, guys. I like this. Oh, look at me. Look at me get crazy here. This is amazing. This is textbook. That's like the first step that needs to happen off of any zone. I've really been breaking this down. I'm excited to do this course because it's going to break it down in ways where it's been like 3 years since I did a harmonic pattern course. And this one's going to be specific pattern, automated signals, HSI. Here's what to look for. I mean, pattern completes. HSI cracks the 50 in a really nice move. The only thing that TAN needs to do is get above that 50 level. So what about stuff like First Solar? First Solar, weekly, not much there. Daily crab. Okay, that was a good instinct there. Right where we are right now, 160. This will probably be a 3 ideas for my group. Weekly, that's a little bit different than TAN. Weekly needs to turn around a little bit, but we're getting closer. The other one was, what was it, CSIQ? Someone give me a solar name, CSIQ. Those guys still around? 10 bucks. Canadian Solar. I think these are owned by the Chinese, though. No confirmation. Nice pattern, but where's the confirmation? I need, look, there's initial confirmation, pops from 18 to 26. You get the counter signal. That's it. Sends it back in. I don't have a signal down here. I mean, that could drop to 4 bucks. Important to be aware of that. Run. Yes, Daniel. Sun, run, solar. Runs like that at 8 bucks with a massive crab. Massive shark. But this is better because look, first confirmation goes 30 bars and dud. Counter HSI sends it back down. Now we can look again. Now with the HSI and a dot and the line and the everything, you got the sauce here. And that confirmation's like 10 bucks. You're 873. Oh, there you go. And another daily inside that zone to boot. I think we're hitting on something, kids. This is exactly the kind of thing we want to dig deep on. Will it do an all-time massive move like Archer or VFC or others? We just have to wait and see. But this is buying it on the cheap. Not bad. And enter in lumps and exit, excuse me, enter in chunks, exit in lumps. Okay, that means enter in small bits, sell in big juicy pieces. It's something that's worked for me for a long time. End phase, yeah, end phase is the other one. I have an end phase system at my house, and maybe I should buy the stock and pay for it. 6180. Isn't that interesting how that happens? 618. Like the hop level is 6180. And that's the support. I mean, that's just a coincidence. Not to be like numerology here, but like 6180 on the SPY, or excuse me, on the S&P, and 618, 618 on the SPY. But I'm down on that. What's the weekly look like? We got weekly oversold. Nothing really yet. Are we above 50 on the weekly though? We're getting there. This is okay, good. So this kind of a thing here, end phase energy, they have battery backup systems, stuff like that related to solar panels. I have it. It works great on my house. I've had it for at least 4 years. I think it was a little expensive, but it was worth it for what my needs are. And I think it's definitely something of the future. So it's not just a fly-by-night environmental company, is my point. But still, technically, harmonically, can we get that to happen above the 50 level, please? That would get us going. That would give us something. That would give us something to consider. So let's Daniel, you are charged with these stocks. Don't let me slip. I want to look at end phase once a week for the next month. Couple others, incredible pool. That pool stock company has just been a monster for a long time. A long time. Pools like this, sideways for 4 years. Back at 2020 prices practically, hasn't really moved. Anything here on the daily? Okay. That's a little better. 321 is the 886 off the shark. You're currently 343. I would wait on it. But this thing's been around for a long time. Look at the monthly. See, that's a nice monthly chart. The problem is buying it 4 years ago and having it do nothing is a dead stock. But man, I remember this thing when it, late 90s, early 2000s, this thing just, but there you go. That could be the next one. Finally, you have a yellow dot. What do we need to see? Get both of these up. Like that's how we know we've got something happening. HSI is pointing back down. Just trying to show you the read. I would much rather see it like much more deliberate, clear, like breaking out above the 50 like that. So, fundamentally, it's a good idea. Let's give it time. Not to mention, you would need this moving back above the 50. Couple more. What's up, Mike? Mike wants to look at SoFi. SoFi's like this. Wow, back from the dead. SoFi. Interesting. I'd watch that. That's doubled. Taking its time. I mean, you were stuck in that, what was that, 2.5 year base, but finally breaking out. Okay. At least it's moving in the right direction. Yeah, a couple more. I'll get to those. Yeah, I'll get to the currencies. Dr. Ruhr R wants to look at MicroStrategy. I'm not a fan. MSTR. There goes my dyslexia. MSTR MicroStrategy. I'm thinking down. I'm thinking not until we're under 200, or sorry, under 300. I'm not a fan of MicroStrategy until that does a larger two things. All-time 618 is like around 203. I know that's crazy because it's 330 at the moment, but I want a clear dot. Give me a dot. Give me something over the 50 level. This is again an easy way. Really, describe it to yourself. Where's HSI? Above 50 or below 50? It's below. Is it moving up or down? Right now it's rolling back down. And then I'm looking at this 50 test. Like, we cracked the 50 with a nasty week. If MicroStrategy is down like $20 in a week or something, takes out the 3-bar range, which is under 308, it's got a long way to go. I'm not a fan right now of that, or I'll give you the other one. I think Coinbase is another one that has a lot of work to do. I've said this before. Coinbase has got this target 1 at 223. I will not change. It's like Tesla at 420 or 430. Has to go and hit target 1. And here you go. You're under the 50 level. You've rolled back down. That's weakness, guys. And I'd even say this about Coinbase. Look, you have cracked that prior 50 point. You are trending lower. Any bearish candle by Friday is going to seal the deal on Coinbase and send it all the way back down. And again, that's another 15%, maybe 20% lower from current levels. I'm not doing it. Moderna. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Moderna. But I'll look at it for a second. I won't get into it. But 35 currently. Yeah, there's a big pattern. We get a weekly dot on a bullish close this week. I'm just not going to have it. I'm not. I have no opinion. I think it would take a little time, but I think them and Pfizer, I think they owe a big apology. Let's just say it that way. So I won't support them. Daniel, yes. So those integrated oils like Halliburton. Well, Halliburton, not really the best one to be following up. Or no. Well, Hindustan Aeronautics. Yeah, there's one. Hal. Not Halliburton. Old Dick Cheney. Yeah, I won't even get to that. Let's pass on those. But some of the ones that my guys were saying, XP, we got some explorers that we're trying to set up here. Here's XP. What's that? That's investment banks coming off that deep crab. I like that, around 13. I'll keep an eye on it, but that's not the one I was looking at. Apache 23. The Gartley there, all time. Yeah, no confirmation yet. I'm not really. We got to get some things. There are oils integrated. Sorry, wrong one. XEL. Excel Energy. That's done quite well coming off of its crab pattern, but they're kind of few and far between. I will say this, look, ConocoPhillips and Valero, the refiners, okay, they're coming down. I'm looking for places on these. All right, I think this consolidation that started for a long time ago, we're going to have to end this soon. So I'm looking at like ConocoPhillips, Not too exciting, but Valero is the same kind of a thing. They've got some more work to do. Yeah, Valero was that down there was a butterfly at 120. But longer term, look, longer term, they basically ran out the bottom end of this channel, taking their time. I think Valero is ready to turn up, and I like those. What is CIVI? Don't know. Civitas Resources. Well done, Daniel. Thank you for your contributions always. Great weekly, Gartley. This is integrated minerals and oil. Okay. Could be a place. Daily, even better. Nice job. Under 50, but if you're looking for new ideas, this is I think this kind of underscores that we need to be fishing in new places. Can't be looking at the same old stuff. It does look like rotation is starting and into like integrated oils like this, or here's one that, this is from me to you. Keurig Dr. Pepper, guys. And a lot of these drink makers and condiment makers, and I mean, it's not huge, but great patterns, longer term plays. These are low beta, but nice pattern. Type 2 with a dot. That was a couple weeks ago. 3154. I mean, you're basically rallied off of that from Friday. And what was the other one? Monster Energy. We brought that up last week, and that's, you guys get what I'm saying here. Monster low into the channel, but daily. Shark pattern 47. Anything under 50 is probably a good way to go. Yeah, I mean, this is what we're going to have to start really getting into until we get some other clear setups. Get some pullbacks. What's up, Thales? Yeah, I think we looked at Celsius. It was like a week or two ago. We looked at that. That was not really giving us much. Definitely oversold, but no pattern. I mean, anything there? No, I don't. There was nothing there. I remember that. Monthly. Yeah, I didn't have anything. I really like to go off of patterns with confirmation, and if I miss it, so be it. Oh, here's the other one, Mondelez, guys. Mondelez is like this. Look at that, Gartley. Where was I 2 weeks ago? Sorry. 55, beautiful weekly Gartley. You get the picture, though. This is more about the ABCD right off the top. But is this in a spot where it can really start to pick up? I mean, you got to get above this 50 level. But these slow, boring stocks they look like they're coming together for the first time in a long time. Colgate Palmolive. How boring. I like that. Boy, that's nice. Dot on the weekly. Oh, yeah, look at this. I mean, talk about long-term opportunity. Colgate Palmolive CL, right at 86. So you'll learn some things here. You'll get fresh ideas. I mean, that's a forever stock. You buy toothpaste, you buy soap. They're always going to be in business. And then the monthlies like this, we're deep oversold in that long-term uptrend. Those are ones where you hit them in the right spot, set them, forget them, and then come back 5 years later. You'll do better, way better than a savings account for sure. What about like Hershey's? Are we down there yet? 160 on Hershey's. You get my point. Weekly, nothing. I thought there was something here on the daily. Not yet. Not yet. What about Clorox? I'm really getting boring here. Daily maybe lower, 141. But the idea is there. You know, weekly's oversold, but you need a little more work. What was amazing was the thing went to 220 during COVID because everybody was cleaning the world with Clorox wipes and disinfecting everything. But still holding the long-term uptrend. I mean, there's a collection of these stocks where you just have to wait for pullbacks like this, and I don't think you're ever going to get hurt as long as they keep selling things. They're going to maintain that slow, steady uptrend, and you pick up. I don't know what's the dividend yield on that. I'll have to look that up later. But I like it. I like that stuff. Constellation Brands, brought to you by Daniel. STZ, probably better than STD. That was a shark. Where'd you go? Had a shark there. I don't know why it flashed off. You know what? They got really smacked when they went into basically to the cannabis stuff. Yeah, I don't have much there. Not really much there to go on. Yeah, that one's not, again, nice idea, but probably wait on it. Marriott, I saw that got clipped. Yeah, Marriott, that's another one. It's just straight up. Looking for, yeah, the 4 hour. See, Marriott's another one you normally wouldn't think about as something that's a great trending stock, but it is. And you look at stuff like this weekly, ever since that weekly continuation, like here and there, you've got a few, they just continue higher. I'm looking for a lot of things like that right now. I have to really kind of dig deep right now. I mean, something like Palantir, guys, we talked about this when we started. It's a huge winner. You guys know I've been all over this since like 30. Okay. But I can't recommend you get long on that. Just can't. There's just nothing there. It's too late. So just be patient with all of this stuff. Quinier, I see what you're saying. UROY. I would say UEC, but you're looking at uranium. UROY. Well done, man. Do you have the software? Because that's perfect. That's really nice. I could be down on something like that. Here's UEC. That's the one I like. Pulling back, but still in this uptrend. I think I like your UROY a little bit better. Yeah, the daily for UEC is a Gartley back at 542. So be aware of that. That would be an ideal type 2. We come in there, yeah, you're in business. Welcome. That's a great one. Hey, DM me, okay? I'll set you up with the software for 30 days. Seriously, get on the Discord. If you guys aren't on the Discord, get over the Discord. Also, I got to say, we still have that one or several scammers, and I'm never going to solicit money for trading. Okay, it's not what I do. Maybe down the line, but I would never ask for direct money, nor would I ever manage money like that. I've done that before, and no thanks. There's the Discord, Quinier. Hit us up. Hit me up. Hexologist Hart saying Buffett was selling his bank stocks and buying alcohol. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't trust that guy. I'm not a Buffett fan, guys. Okay, I'm just not. Daniel saying Dow Chemical. What's that, a weekly? Oh, nice, man. Nice. Deep crab. That's at least good for a target 48, excuse me, 45.84. That's a nice one. That's an ideal setup. And look, here you go. Nice job. Thank you guys. You're saving me hours of work. You're above the 50. That's the key. You really want to see HSI doing that kind of a thing to get some momentum out of the zone. And the final piece would be, to really get it going, get that above the 50. That's great stuff. What's up, Pepe? Is BTC going to break monthly support? Please go to the beginning 5 minutes of the show. We gave Bitcoin what it deserves, about 5 minutes, and that's it. 91.5 has been our target for 2 weeks on Bitcoin. Okay, I'll look at that, Daniel. Thanks. What's up, Desi? How's Australia today? Welcome back to the show. Hope it's not too late for you guys. Down under. Anyone who has been dumping money in the markets since 1939 is bound to be up. Anybody that's been dumping money into this market since 2009. Okay, because that was the full reset. That was like 2009. If you were dumping money into anything, especially NASDAQ, yeah, for sure. 1939, no. Couple others. This is really a stock show today, which is great. Nasser wants to look at Honeywell. That's a good one, right? Industrial, come on back, USA. Make it in the USA. Almost, man, 207. Isn't that a daily? Looks like a daily something. It sure is. The daily bat pattern. Nice one. Man, 3 ideas all over the place. Honeywell, 207, fat finger long. Let's go. Today's probably day 1. Get HSI above the 50 a little more, though. HSI above 50 would really seal it. Meanwhile, NASDAQ hasn't budged, guys. NASDAQ's still down 25 on the day. S&P's like, it's up a point. Gold up 52. We'll talk about that in a second. Great stuff. I really appreciate the contributions. Keeps the chat moving. LNTH for Gustavo. Laughing. Nah, got nothing there. You got to get the software. Don't really have anything on that. I mean, it's a trender, sure. We want patterns. Next one. GoldenEye wants to look at NEO. Hey, Victoria, what's happening? What's going on today? NEO, I don't want to touch it. No thanks. I mean, this has got, there's a little 50 level. Maybe because I bought that at 9 and I sold it at 6 like 2 years ago. So I'm a little sore on that. It's like Intel. Yeah, we'll get to XAU sure in a second. Yeah. What's up, Cat? Cat in the house wants to look at HOG, which is Harley Davidson. And nice. Here we go. With all these American manufacturers, I wonder why. Are they going to come back? That's a type 2. 26 and change. So, but you know what I'm going to say. We got to get HSI up. That's still kind of like catching a knife. Not quite there. We've gone through maybe 20 symbols here. Lots A lot going on. I mean, a lot of stuff looking real good. Great. No, all good. Kernel Crypto, man, Bit Digital and all of those, they're just not doing much. Yeah, they're just, I don't expect much on this. It's more work and like something specifically like Bit Digital, HSI is going the wrong way. It just is. And I would say the same about Mara. Mara, they're just, it's not like you're going to get killed, but these are going to grind for a long time. They're definitely pointing the wrong way. And Mara is a bat pattern, a type 2. Still needs a dot, and we're now 16. We were thinking 17, but we didn't get confirmation till under 16. And I'm done on crypto, and it could be as long as June before I'm back in. That's the deal. Thank you, Freeze. It's not me. It's me reading the framework. It's me reading what the signals are telling me. That's the deal. Lulus, AMD. I'm not crazy about AMD. I'm because we have this weekly target. Shark to 5.0, 102.80. We're still 114. It's still down. And I've been saying this for a while that HSI has not been pointing in the right way for a long time. And you've got to go like this. Maybe if AMD popped like that, then I would start looking at it. I don't want to catch or try to catch these prolonged downtrends. You only have one weekly low higher than the prior low. It's still not, it needs a whole bunch of development. I don't want you guys to get caught in a hole. And I'm the last person to shill. Really, if I got something there, I'll scream to the sky. You got X, Y, and Z. But right now, the crypto stuff and other stuff like this, there are favorites, stocks that are doing amazing things, and then there's other things that are just still languishing. 96 on AMD, probably a little better. We'll see at 102.80. Remember, we were looking at 127 for a while on the daily stuff there, and just nothing developed. And AMAT got crushed too last week. Applied Materials. It's different than some of those others. Meanwhile, Intel's recovering. Why? Because it had patterns there. Yeah, I hear you, Cryptox. I'll get to those too. You reminded me of this one, Estee Lauder. Daily. But I think this is a weekly, right? It is a weekly. Nice. 71. Yeah, but you have, okay, the big butterfly, Estee Lauder. This is another one. Okay, household, personal care, consumer non-durable. But again, go to the chart. Guys, this is why you get the software. Tell me what HSI is doing. It's down. Okay, it is down. It has to get, really, it can't break the 50 level or it's going to go a lot lower. And I would want to see that pivot back up. Love the pattern. But what we really need is formation, development to get it moving. That's 180, target 1 is 181. So a lot there. Yes, I got you, man. Last one on the stocks. Oxy, 50. Butterfly, 48. Okay. Weekly. Got to get above the 50 here. That's your easiest read. Like you got a pattern. Tell me about what's going on with HSI. Is that headed back up? Amplified, get that above the 50. Those two things happen, then you've got the possibility for this to break out, but not before. Okay, couple of currencies. You wanted to look at Aussie, Kiwi, and I think we got to look at dollar index. Aussie, Kiwi. Probably look at AUD dollar. 111.15. But again, you go back 2 years. That's moved 400 pips. That's my problem with currencies. I mean, sure, you could trade them like this for 50 or 100 pips, but that's not my game. But I will look at Aussie dollar. Get the long-term take, especially with gold. Yep, no surprise. Aussie continuing to get weaker. Monthly even. Yeah, nothing there. I mean, there's just not a lot of, it's just straight down since the 2010 top. Or go Euro USD, same deal. I did talk about this about 2 weeks ago. Euro USD, you're 104. Look, the predominant trend, it's just a sell every time. 1 second. 1 second. Go to dollar index or DXY. Last read is bullish. Let's see if we get above 105. That would be big. Or I would say USD. Excuse me, USD JPY. That's a big pair to look at. Maybe that's still okay to trade because that does move. It's one of the few. I think that's going higher. Go target 168. Currently 150, but look, that monthly crab pattern was huge. That was huge. Let's look at gold. XAU or gold. Look, XAU is just getting suppressed by silver when gold's the story. Gold 2950. Okay, all-time 1902 is we're 3200 kind of a thing, or go back to this. That was amazing. 800 level. Okay, the all-time high in the 80s, 1980. Amazing. It was almost 2,000. So take that. Where's 1618 all time? Right where we are right now. That's amazing. We are at the all-time 1618 at 2950. And if we overshoot it, like a 1902, it's same approach. That's how we get like 3,300. So 2950, that's a big cycle level. Just hit. That's 2950, guys. 1618. I'm going to watch. Now it gets interesting. We were at the 1618 off of the 2010 cycle, but now we're at the all-time 1618 going back 40, how many years? Oh my goodness, 45 years, 1980. That was a long time ago. Yes. Looks like NASDAQ's a little sell. Little sell program coming in. Down 90 now, down 22.1. I guess the Qs are not going to do it today. Check out the Qs. 536. This is big. Look, we're still negotiating the butterfly. It's not clear if we do breakout or fake out. And you know what? I have to say this, guys. Are we going to get the breakout? Like, I was hoping today would start it. But if we're going to dump this, if we dump today, we dump tomorrow, we actually get a yellow dot. It's really not an easy call. It's not. I mean, I've been saying we should be looking in other areas, start fishing in other locations, other markets, other stocks. And I'm watching this. That's probably in the short term the most important chart in the whole world. So we don't close above 537 today. And if we're down tomorrow and we come here on Thursday, that's kind of my anticipation. I don't know if it's going to happen. And I still like the fact we're above these 50 levels, but we shouldn't be selling off. I mean, we should be pushing a couple of green bars this week. So that's why this week's so important. Not going to happen yet. I'm anticipating it. I'm not there just yet. I'm looking for that close above 538, above 540 to get us up here. I'm almost there. But we'll have to watch. Pivotal week, guys. Really pivotal week. So, listen, first person to type in HPC 30, we'll give you a 30-day package for the software and the gold membership. You also get to come to the webinar, even if your 30-day trial runs out. So get over here. Send your TradingView username to hpc at sr-analyst.com. Get started with that 14-day free trial. Pinchy, you won last. No, you didn't win. All right, Pinchy, you win. You win. You got to DM me on the Discord. All right, Discord is here. And everyone else, join a Discord. Avoid the scammer, though. Do not send any money to anybody soliciting. Everyone else, just go to Harmonic Trader. That's where it all begins as a basic member. Register now. It's all free. I do that for a reason. And then come on back on Thursday, guys, because that's what I have for today. All right? Thanks again for all the contributions. Great stuff. Let's be looking in new places, new patterns, and let's just be ready.